Hi everybody, and welcome to another episode of Racing with the Reverend. This is our 20th episode, and we've come back to Road America, starting in 7th. Today we're running the Hyundai Veloster. I like this car on this track just because of the straight line speed more than anything else. It's a lot of fun to drive around here, and hopefully we'll do well. We're starting off on mediums. We usually do 2 stops here, so we'll find out how that goes as we go into turn 3. We've already moved up into 4th place. Excel and Shibby Shaba seem to be battling for the lead. Excel's a very good driver. I usually don't get to be this close to Excel on the track, so being this close is kind of weird for me. Ace Company's in 3rd, and that's who we're coming up to. We did not take 5 very well, but it's okay because neither did the people behind us. It's only a 13-person lobby. I played this race the day that Forza Horizon came out. So a lot of people were over there playing Forza Horizon. It had a lot of effect on lobbies the day I played this race. So. Oops, we didn't mean to do that to Excel. We're gonna stay back. Sorry about that. Apology, it was accepted, thank God. And we're going to go through the carousel here. The Hyundai, I have this nice little royal purple livery on it, which I really like. But the Hyundai is the car of choice here, and we like it. So it's one of the faster cars in the game in a straight line. The handling's not the best. I also like the car because of its unique noise. I know that one of the channels I do subscribe to, Flash Motorsport, who's a good follow. He calls it a fart can. And that's pretty much what it is. The thing I like about it, though, is that when I am now racing up next to somebody, I can hear my engine over theirs, which is really weird when you're in a hood view that you can't hear your own engine over someone else. But we're heading toward the close of lap 1. We're pulling up next to Excel, who is pulling up behind Shibby Shaba, and now we're going 3 wide. I'm gonna lift. I don't want any part of that. I didn't want any part of that at all. Shibby Shaba goes way wide. Ace Company is pulling out a little bit of a lead now that he's got room and we're battling. Mr. Broccoli is coming up behind me, moving up rather rapidly because of the battle we're having with Excel and Shibby Shaba. Shibby Shaba got 0.2 of a second on that penalty, so it was a deserved penalty as well. He went way wide coming out of 1. So we head into 5 again. Excel's going to get around Shibby Shaba. I'm going to pull up next to Shibby Shaba. We got a decent run out of that corner. We had to kind of give up a little bit. Shibby Shaba forgets there's someone there and whacks me trying to get to the apex, and I'm the one that gets the warning. Yeah, penalty system. Penalty system. Is no Rasta. So now we're heading back into the carousel for the 2nd time. This is so rare that I get to keep up with Excel. I'm wondering if Excel is on hard tires. Usually Excel runs away from me, and it'll probably happen eventually. I may just be running some really decent laps where Excel is struggling. He definitely struggled coming out of there as Ace Company went into the grass. We're going 3 wide again. Excel decides to use me, and I've jumped into the lead for a whole corner. Wow. Leader. Say it. Say it. It's leader, Reverend Bogey. Wow. I wasn't expecting that at all. I'm sure I'll blow it. I do actually enjoy leading, but I have a way of making mistakes. We make the fade over to the wall, as we always do, as Ace Company says good race, and I say good race back. 222.742 is not all that fast, but Excel is out of our draft for now as we break for turn 1. Looking up into the corner, Excel is already gaining. We go off track and run some grass. The grass slows us down enough not to get a penalty, but it allows Excel to stay within striking distance. Mr. Broccoli has moved up to third and is now a second and a half behind. Ace Company is 2.5 seconds behind as we head down the straight to 5. That's turn 4 there, by the way, just to let you know. Here's turn 5. We get in there. Excel gets a little gain for a second, but we get a good exit out, and that allows us to continue. Trying to think of anything that's happened in the racing world recently. Denny Hamlin winning at Pocono. That was good. That was actually a fun race to watch. Unfortunately, the fuel saving didn't work for Christopher Bell, who was driving with a broken wrist. They had to modify his steering wheel and cast so he could drive. If you didn't see it, he took a really heavy hit the week before in Michigan. It kind of sucked for him. He broke his wrist, but they were able to fit him with a cast and modified it so he could grip the steering wheel. I have no idea what kind of pain he was in during the race, but I'm sure it wasn't fun. I guarantee you it wasn't fun. I broke my thumb in the middle of a softball game and tried to hit with it. It sucked. So I can imagine trying to play with a broken wrist. I've broken a wrist before. I just can't imagine doing it. At least driving. You can drive passenger, but I don't know how you can drive a race car like that. So we're coming up to the end of lap 3. We have extended our lead. Honestly, I was not expecting to lead this long. We've led 2 laps according to timing and scoring. That was a 2:21.154, so that was good. We managed to keep ourselves on the track coming out of turn 1. And Excel picked up a little bit of time. People usually do on me. I tend to go through corners a little slower because I tend to get a better exit that way. So, usually. Excel is starting to gain. We are on medium tires. I'm not expecting them to last much longer. They usually last 5 or 6 laps on this track. And I believe I mentioned that we're looking at a 2-stop. So 2-stop will probably be the way we go. So now we're starting to come to the back of the course. Excel is still gaining. So whatever Excel's worries were the first 3 laps, he's not having them now. So we're heading into the carousel now. Again, just trying to, mostly we're just running our race. I know that Excel is going to catch me at some point. So if I can run my own race, keep the rhythm, I'm not going to be worried about Excel. I know eventually Excel will catch us. There was a nice clean kink there as we're heading down the back straightaway toward Canada Corner. I really enjoy this track. Not just because of the way it races. I've actually been a long time ago, did vintage racing with a group out of Southern California, and that was my first experience being a pit crew person. And it was hard work, but it was fun. And they have a little go-kart track out there, so the drivers took us out to the karting track and we ran some laps there. They were running old Can-Am cars, and I was sitting right on the pit wall. I had pit access, so I'm sitting on the pit wall where that Chevrolet stuff is. And one of them came by me at about 180 miles an hour and shot up a piece of rubber from the track making a pass where the rubber was, where the marbles were. And it shot a marble up and it hit me in the cheek. But I got a great video out of it. It was awesome. Just a great experience. They got, good food there. I've got a shirt, a collared shirt that I wear out occasionally. And my brother bought me a cribbage board shaped as Road America. So if any of you know what cribbage is, and I know a dwindling number of everybody doesn't, it's a nice little card game with peg, with a peg board. And I played it when I was a teenager a lot. My dad and my uncle taught me how to play, and when we would go up to Big Bear Lake in California, and my cousins were with us, we would sit in the front yard under a picnic table in the shade of the trees and play cribbage half the day. We go fishing, we play cribbage, we go ride our bikes into the village. But most of our days were spent playing cribbage and a game called Rail Baron, which is also a hoop, and someday we'll talk about that. So, meanwhile, Excel has shaved our lead down to 4/10 and is in our draft. We are not running a particularly good lap here. So, and then we go into the grass, which is not a particularly smart thing to do coming down this straightaway. Heading into 12 or Canada Corner. I'm going to give Excel this position. He's inside, but he gets kind of squirrely. My tires flip over to minor while we're going through 12. And now we're heading toward 13. We'll do a little lifty lift, which is what I do in that corner. And then we'll come out to 14. And let's see where we're at here. Are we going to do another lap, or are we going to pit? We are going to pit. So we head into the pits. Excel is in the lead, Mr. Broccoli, M. Downey, and now that we're in the pits, that means if you are enjoying this video, please give me a like and subscribe. We really would enjoy it. If you want to make comments, please do so below. But please keep them clean. There might be kids watching, and keep them on topic, please. We're heading out of the pits now. We lost 4 positions because we were in second when we pit. We went back on medium tires, so this is definitely a 2-stop race now. If I was going to 1-stop, I probably would have run a 6th lap and then put hard tires on for the final 7. I'm not a fan of running hard tires on any of my races, but sometimes I feel like winning. Or finishing in a decent position. And you lose a lot of time on pit stops. Not so much here. Road America's pit road is fairly slow. But, I mean, it's not long like other ones, like Laguna Seca or Le Mans or Daytona. Their pit roads are forever. So this one's not really long, so you don't have to pay the penalty as we did a dumb. Yeah, that's on me. That was stupid. And I would really have liked it if Johnny had left a little room, Johnny Wishbone. But he didn't, and I came out of that corner too hot. And Forza physics means that your car, when you get hit in the front end, you immediately spin. And that's just the way it works sometimes. I don't like it, but it's Forza physics, so. And it set us back a lot, but we're gaining on Johnny. We're pulling away from John Canada. Oh, Canada. So we're gonna make up our time, and I know they're gonna pit too. But we lost a lot of time to Excel because of the pit and the spin. And Johnny has gone into the pits, so we don't have to worry about Johnny anymore. So we'll get by Johnny. I see another car coming out. That's Ace Company. We're going to pass Ace Company. and Forza's doing this thing where it doesn't know how to calculate how far behind you are somebody. But basically, I'm 34 seconds behind Madonna and about 41 seconds behind Excel. I'm just guessing. I don't know what that glitch is. I don't know if that's from net coding. Could it be my bad? If I had bad internet, would it be my internet connection? I don't know. It seems to almost have stabilized. At least with Excel it has. With Donna it hasn't. So they need to fix that. But it won't get fixed. Because Turn 10 doesn't really exist anymore, and they're supporting Forza Horizon. Which I will be playing some this week. But I think I'm going to do some motorsport, some of the medium races until Wednesday or until Thursday, and then Thursday's the long races, and I'll get back into those. But short races I refuse to run. And I've explained that, I think. The short races I don't run because there's a lot of crap going on in those races. It's a demolition derby. And I don't know how the randomness works for the most part. When you're doing a random, I'm not qualifying, so put me in the field, but my understanding is it goes by age of Xbox account. And my Xbox account is old. My Microsoft account is older. So almost every race that I run, when I don't qualify, I am the first person behind the qualifiers, which means I'm usually, at worst, mid-pack. As Don A pits, we are probably not catching Don A coming out, but we're going to give it a go. I don't know exactly how I determined that, but my understanding was it's age of account. My account's early. So I end up mid-pack. If I end up back in if I'm in like a 20-person lobby and I'm like 16th, I'm going to let everybody go by me and watch the carnage. Although lately the competitive side of me says, don't do that, just go. Because you end up back there anyway. It doesn't matter either way. It just depends on how bad you get wrecked. So I try not to do it that way, but I feel if I recognize some names that have taken me out and have gotten big penalty totals, I'll stay away. I'll back out and let them go. I just hit the start button and let them go. So lap 8, we've won a 2:29.28 is our fast lap. That's not bad. Mr. Broccoli is still 37 seconds ahead and has not pit. We are gaining, which means his tires are going bad. But I'm assuming hard tires and then mediums for Mr. Broccoli. We were catching Don A, but I don't know if that's the case anymore. No, it's not. So we're kind of settling into our race as Mr. Broccoli goes in. And we're heading into Canada Corner. What happened there? That's a lap car. No, that's Don A. Don A has eaten a wall, and we are now in third place. How do you eat a wall going into that corner? I don't know. But Don A got out of there pretty quick. He was already, a second behind. Mr. Broccoli is coming out of the pits and will still be in second. I once again am doing my little thing where I like to swerve to the wall. Coming up that hill's a little bumpy, and my theory is that affects your top end coming up here. So we're hitting 148 as we go into turn 1, which is pretty good for touring car. But we're also 4 seconds behind Mr. Broccoli, who's on fresh tires. Donne is staying about 9/10 to a second behind us, and we are starting to run a pretty good lap here. We'll see what happens, obviously. Excel is out 12.5 seconds because of my stupidity. Because of my collision with Johnny Wishbone. I was really dumb in that. Donne got a better run coming out of that corner. And this corner, I don't take very well. 6. I have a problem. I'm not sure what it is. 7 is basically flat out. We still got plenty of fuel. As you know, I ran out of fuel at Lime Rock. I also had some fun on a couple of races I didn't record with my fuel in the Audi. And it's led me to believe that I don't know what I believe with that. And I don't know if I screwed up. I'm pretty sure I didn't. I always check my fuel before the race starts to make sure I have what it says is the correct amount for the laps we're running. But with the Audi, I had to take an extra pit stop in a couple of races, and I was not happy. All right, so Donne is catching us, which I expected. Thank you for not taking out my rear end, Donne. I appreciate that. We're losing time to Mr. Broccoli, and we lost about 4 tenths to Excel this lap. So we're kind of, I mean, we're running good laps. I'm not upset. I mean, we're about to run a fast lap here. I'm just not happy with the mistake I made. That's 2:23.52, so that's a good solid lap on mediums for my town. We do a little extra brake so we can let Donne get that corner and clip the apex. We don't want to cause any issues. He's much faster. Or not much faster, but he is faster right now. So as we head out of 3 and go into this little kink they call turn 4. Kink. Right there. Kink. We're staying in Donne's draft as we head into 5, which is coming up now. Chirp, 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 down to 2. And we got a good exit coming out of there, but we slid a little bit, so Donne's able to pull ahead in his Veloster. In a Red Bull livery, which always brings me caution, because a lot of guys in the Red Bull liveries think they are Max, except they are not. Max Verstappen. Nobody's Max Verstappen. So Donnie's going to start pulling away, and that's fine. You know, I'm just happy to be where I am. Top 5 is good. We're going to be coming up into our pit window pretty soon too, because we are on the medium tires, and we have committed to 2 stops. So it's going to be pit from 4th. Our tires are going to flip over to minor very shortly. There it is. I am prescient. So we're heading into 14. We're going to go into the pits. And Sully just got a penalty. And I don't know where they are for all of them. Sully's not. So we're going to head into the pits here. And so if you are enjoying the video, please give me a like. If you like the content overall, please give it a subscribe. If you want to comment, please go ahead, but let's keep it on topic, and keep it clean. We do possibly have youngsters watching this, although judging by the views, I don't have a lot of them. So, but let's keep it clean. We don't need to teach those kids that kind of language. And as my mom said, my mom always told me, Reverend Bogey, you are too smart to be using that kind of language. So, I don't. we did not lose any positions on that pit stop. So I'm feeling, you know, 4th place is good. We're 32 seconds back from Don A. We're 15 seconds ahead of Johnny Wishbone. I don't think anything else is going to happen here. So let's see what if we can get a fast lap out of these tires in the next on lap 12 or lap 13. Obviously, we're not going to get one on this lap because of the pit stop. The pit stop usually puts us about 5 or 6 seconds off of the fast lap. We'll see when we cross the line. 3 laps of fuel remaining, 2.5 laps to go, so we're fine. That said plus 12, so that's how much time coming out of the pits and crossing start-finish costs you. So it's not terrible. We're not losing a ton of time on the pit stops. I think we're losing 25 seconds, somewhere in there. I didn't time it this time. I timed Laguna Seca once, and it was awful. It was like 42 seconds that I lost. And that was after me getting up to speed. So we are running a pretty good clip here on these soft tires. They're warmed up now. They've had a chance. With this track being so long, your tires warm up about halfway through. So we've got full grip. Ace Company and Johnny Wishbone are battling. And it looks like Ace Company is going to take 5th. We are still way behind Don A. And don't see anybody in the pits. So I think we're going to settle in and just enjoy these last 2 laps. In fact, I'm going to let you guys enjoy this lap on your own. Okay, we're coming up the hill now to finish lap 12. We've picked up a few seconds on Don A, but that really doesn't mean anything. We're settled here into 4th place, and we're about to make our fast lap. 2:19.207, 1.1 seconds faster than our previous lap. So that gives you an idea of what the tire advantage is on this course. On Road America. Beautiful track. Beautiful part of the country too. This little small town of Wisconsin called Elkhart Lake. It's a nice little place. I'd love to get back up there. Hopefully the wife and I can go up there for IndyCar or one of the, I think the O'Reilly series runs up there. But I really enjoy the area itself. The year that I went up there, I have a a brother that lives in Detroit, automotive engineer, used to work for Roush Industries. Yes, that Roush. And he said, hey, you should come up. So I flew up there, and we drove from Detroit to Elkhart Lake. It took about six hours or so. Had to drive across Michigan and through Illinois, specifically Chicago, which really wasn't any fun. And then through Wisconsin. It was pretty cool. The drive was pretty cool. The drive back sucked because it rained a lot. But the experience itself was really cool. I really enjoyed being in Wisconsin. My parents were both born in the Midwest, so getting up there and seeing the areas where they may have stomped around is pretty cool. So we're coming toward the end of the race. Excel has won. Congratulations, Excel. Well-deserved win. Looks like Donna's got third, and we're finishing fourth. So we moved up 3 spots in this race with a lobby of only 13 people. I shudder to think how many people are left, but we're going to set another fast lap here too. So, huzzah. We picked up a lot more time there, and then the thing went all wacky. So, we've ended the race. We finished in 4th. We moved up 3 spots. Fast lap 2:18.911. Third fastest lap.
We finished
like to thank y'all for watching. Again, if you enjoy it, give me a like, a subscribe, a comment, and I hope you all have a great afternoon.